People are reporting that Seth Rollins' injury at Saturday night's main event was just staged as part of a bigger plan. Are these people out of their mind? I'm going to be watching Summerslam, which at this point is basically baby WrestleMania. And I'm going to be watching this for 2 days. And if over the course of 48 hours, if I see Seth Rollins run his screech-looking down to the ring and cash in that Money in the Bank contract, this will be the weakest the WWE has ever done. And we've seen some pretty weak as of late. But this will take the cake. This man has way too much potential to be involved in any of this dumb shit. How did we go from the Shield to this? I'm pretty sure on night one, we will be getting the match for the World Heavyweight Championship. And that'll be against Gunther and CM Punk. Shout out to Chicago. You see where we at, you know what we doing. My heart tells me that CM Punk will leave SummerSlam as the World Heavyweight Champion. I would love for the World Heavyweight Championship to come back to Chicago with CM Punk, but my brain tells me a completely different story. I know the WWE well enough to know that what I want doesn't matter. Everything that's happened over the past few months leads me to believe that Gunther will retain his World Heavyweight Championship this Saturday night. The company already hit a reverse Uno card on Jey Uso, and that was largely in part to make Gunther the World Heavyweight Champion. The WWE seems pretty confident and hell-bent on having Gunther be the man moving forward. Something even tells me that the higher-ups in the WWE were very pleased with Gunther's performance against Goldberg for his retirement match. It's also been rumors and reports that Gunther will be John Cena's last opponent. So the last time I checked, 1 + 1 = 2. With certain things unfolding the way that it has, it seems like a foregone conclusion that CM Punk won't be leaving SummerSlam with the World Heavyweight Championship. Maybe I'm being biased because I'm a Chicago guy, but I think everything that CM Punk does is right on the money. And he always appears to be someone that has the best interest in heart for the business of professional wrestling. I know for a fact that Gunther is going to walk away from that match looking like $1 million. And I know that's the exact thing that the WWE is trying to accomplish. Somehow, the WWE has managed to mess up the momentum that Gunther had. And this is long-term storytelling because it all began at WrestleMania 40. We saw Gunther take 2 losses back-to-back at WrestleMania. And then when he came off of the L this year at WrestleMania, he went straight into some weird feud with Pat McAfee, somebody from the announce team. And even to this day, I'm still puzzled as to why that was even put together in the first place. Everything that Gunther worked hard to accomplish over the past couple years seemed to be snatched away from him in a matter of months. Until he reclaimed the World Heavyweight Championship against Jey Uso, Gunther's run was starting to look like a joke. So now it's finally starting to look like Gunther is getting back on the right track. But this is how you put a stamp on rebuilding that momentum. You get Gunther in the ring with the best in the world. Yesterday, I named a few matches that I thought were SummerSlam classics. This match with Gunther and CM Punk has that potential. We already know that CM Punk is just as much of a Bret Hart fan as I am. So I think everything that we discussed in yesterday's episode will play a huge part into CM Punk's motivation for this match. So this is the perfect stage for CM Punk to really show out. And for the next match, it'll be Tiffany Stratton defending her WWE Women's Championship against Jade Cargill. I'm actually really looking forward to this match because Tiffany Stratton has been doing everything the correct way. There were even reports about people being mad at Tiffany Stratton for things that she said to Charlotte Flair in a previous promo. But me personally, I loved every minute of it. This is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be making your name known. You're supposed to be making an impact however you can make it. Because I didn't think Tiffany Stratton said anything out of bounds. I didn't know that wrestling was a place for sensitivity, to be quite honest with you. Because I've heard worse things be said in a wrestling promo. Saying Charlotte was 3-0 for her marriages, I thought was a good line. I was proud of Tiffany Stratton for stepping up to the challenge because Charlotte's tone and demeanor in that promo was trying to belittle Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton had to defend herself, and she had to pull out the big guns. It just so happens that at that time and in that promo, Tiffany Stratton had the bigger gun, and she emptied the clip. And it's just as simple as that. This is professional wrestling. Let's get to it. Why are we being so sensitive? So from that moment on, I've pledged to be a Tiffany Stratton fan. That moment simply showed me that Tiffany Stratton was fearless. Even inside of the ring, Tiffany Stratton is making it happen. And superstar is the only word that comes to mind when I think about Jade Cargill. You could argue the fact that she's that already, because with very limited wrestling experience, she's almost a household name. From the support that I see and some of the conversations that I overhear, it seems like Jade Cargill is already halfway there. The WWE was very smart to recruit Jade Cargill. So the stage has really been set for both ladies to show us what they could do. There's no reason for Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton not to leave it all out in the ring. And I expect to see a classic wrestling match. Maybe my expectations are too high, but this is the Women's WWE Championship. So how could that be? So this SummerSlam is that moment for both ladies. And I think after a great match, we will see Jade Cargill become WWE Champion for the first time. So for this next match, I really don't care all too much about it. All I know is I need to see Randy Orton, RKO, his tag team partner for SummerSlam. Win, lose, or draw, it doesn't matter. And once he's done that, then he has to double down and kick that man in the head. I can't call this person by his real name only simply due to the fact that I'm a grown man and I don't even play like that. If we go the direction that I want us to go in, then it's very possible that Randy Orton could lose this match. And that could be the inspiration for Randy Orton turning on his tag team partner. But if we're gonna keep it cookie cutter WWE and nice guy Randy Orton, then we're gonna see Randy Orton and his new best friend pick up the win. And that'll be the end of it, because it shouldn't have never started in the first damn place. Now for the next match, it's gonna be the women's tag team titles on the line, with Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez defending those titles against Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. I guess the only sense I can make of that is the WWE trying to turn Charlotte Flair into a babyface. I even read an article with Charlotte Flair herself stating that she wanted to be a babyface soon enough. I guess this storyline involving Alexa Bliss is almost the only way that could happen. Because before Charlotte Flair had this change of heart, she wasn't the easiest person to cheer for. It's just something about her energy and her vibe that she never really had the people truly on her side. I remember reading that article when Charlotte said that she wanted to be the hero and not the villain. And at the time, I wasn't really feeling Charlotte Flair. So in my mind, all I thought was, people in hell want ice water, but I don't think that's on the menu. But I gotta admit, Charlotte Flair's performance alongside Alexa Bliss at Evolution 2, it was nothing short of amazing. Even when Charlotte Flair walked out for her entrance, her robe and her outfit for that match, it just made me shut the hell up, because I had to remember that Charlotte Flair really is the queen of the WWE. Ric Flair is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, and I love everything behind the character and the philosophy of Ric Flair. And one of those key components of the philosophy of the Nature Boy was styling and profiling. And that's exactly what Charlotte Flair did when she made her entrance for Evolution 2. That's one of the best wrestling outfits that I've ever seen from the women's division. So shout out to Charlotte Flair for shutting it down at that event. And the crowd for Evolution must have felt the same way that I did, because not too long into the match, the crowd were on their feet for Charlotte Flair. In my opinion, she's slowly but surely reclaiming her throne in the WWE. With everything I just said, I think that Charlotte and Alexa Bliss will win the tag team championships. And this weird friendship that's been developing between Charlotte and Alexa Bliss seems to be captivating to a lot of fans. So the WWE might be on to something with this storyline. Now, even though this scenario will be perfect for Charlotte Flair moving forward, I actually hate this for Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez for that matter. She's been very impressive being a new addition to the Judgment Day. But Raquel Rodriguez is one of my personal favorites from the women's division. I've really watched Raquel develop her skills since NXT. I've been very impressed with her from the beginning. And now with the Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez has really been finding her place within the WWE. I didn't even agree with the move originally. I thought it was kind of weird to put Raquel with that group. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised because that lady is so talented, she can make any situation work. And that's why I love the progress that Raquel Rodriguez has been making this entire year. And each time I see her in the ring, I'm watching that confidence grow. So my heart wants Raquel to retain her tag team championship with Roxanne Perez. But my brain just knows WWE a little bit too well. And at the end of SummerSlam, you will have this weird team of Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair as your new women's tag team champions. So the next match that they have on the card is Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. This is a match that they actually could have crossed out because I think we've seen and heard enough of this situation by now. It was already a dumb decision to have Sami Zayn defeat Karrion Kross at the Night of Champions. There's just nothing left to tell. But I just think that match should have been a development match to get Karrion Kross ready for a real feud. If Karrion Kross doesn't leave SummerSlam with a W, then clearly he doesn't plan on staying with this company when his contract is set to expire. So our next match is a match that I had a lot of mixed emotions about. And this is going to be a tag team match with Roman Reigns and Jey Uso against what's left of the untitled Seth Rollins group, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. I'm having mixed emotions about this match because I really don't know how to feel about it. It's been so much foolishness going on with this untitled Seth Rollins group, I just don't know what to make of any of it anymore. This is the only match at SummerSlam that involves a true superstar, and that guy being Roman Reigns. So with that in mind, I'm very curious to see how the WWE is about to treat Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Because week after week, I feel like they've embarrassed and buried Bronson Reed. Braun Breaker is going to be all right because he's already been penciled in for the next 20 WrestleManias or whatever Paul Heyman and the WWE has in mind. I would have thought it was a foregone conclusion that Roman Reigns and Jey Uso will most definitely win this match. But this past Monday night, I saw something that I didn't expect to see. And that was Braun Breaker spearing Jey Uso and Roman Reigns at the same time. Even though I'm tired of seeing people speared into that very same barricade week after week, I thought that was kind of a statement moment for Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker has nothing to worry about. As much as this company has buried Bronson Reed, they've still been taking care of Braun Breaker. And that's what this was. This was a power play by the WWE to try and make Braun Breaker look like a legitimate threat. If the WWE is going to get Braun Breaker on the right path, then it has to start somewhere. And SummerSlam could very well be the event that helps Braun Breaker take off in his WWE career. So I'm a little torn when it comes to this match. This is Roman Reigns' first match back since WrestleMania. And I think ultimately that's why Roman Reigns and Jey Uso will win this match. Just off that fact alone. I don't think the WWE is going to let their top star be away for 4 months and take a loss on his first match back in the company. I'm all for the future. So I would love to see Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker redeem themselves for everything that's happened over the past 2 months. I feel like if both of those guys are gonna be big players in the WWE moving forward, this is the type of statement win that both of those guys need to have, especially since they've been getting picked up and flung over every arena for the past month. I think there's almost no way Roman Reigns is gonna take a loss on his first match back, especially at Baby WrestleMania.